Hello and good evening and good morning, good afternoon, depending with where you are watching us from. Welcome to Couples Will Show. This is where we write down our love when we are alive, for we don't want our love stories to be read when we are 6 feet under. Neither do we want our love stories to be read when we are gone. And my name is Willie Kinyash. I'm a Dr. Love, and we are super excited to have you here, and you're giving God all the glory for bringing us this far. Yes, this is the first Friday of the month of November. 11 months ndizo hizo sasa, tunaingia sasa karibu kumaliza mwaka, and we thank God for the grace. The Lord has been good and the Lord has been gracious to us, and I want to say thank you so much for the love and support that you have accorded us so far. Ni wa nguvu sana. And if this is your first time to be here, karibu sana to this YouTube channel, and kindly make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, because great things are happening here. We gather here every Friday and we come to share, stories, love stories, and encouraging couples out there, telling them that marriages work. There are people out there who are saying marriages is scam, but we're here to prove them wrong and want to tell them, no, marriage works, because our God is the one who started this institution of marriage, and therefore it must work, because he himself, he's not a scam. So karibu sana. And tonight we are going to have a wonderful time, because I am having an amazing couple. You will love them. And tonight, you never know, you might learn some Swahili words here and there, kwa sababu leo tunaweza ingia Kiswahili sanifu. So today, kuwa tayari pia na kalamu na karatasi hapo. Kuna maneno unaweza sikia hapa kuwe ni kama ni fasihi, kwa sababu tunanena kwa ufasaha. Hey, did I say that right? So karibuni sana, and remember, we are coming to you live from Maxland Hotel. Maxland Hotel is in Juja City Mall. They have such a nice facility, and so anytime you are around Thika Road, this is the place to be. For now, wacha ni uletea wageni wangu. Hello,
Dr. Love.
Karibuni sana.
Asante.
Wanajiita the Mwadhis. Is this Mwadhi or Mwadha?
Mwadhi. Lord.
The Mwadhis. Mwadhi is Lord.
Sure.
And Mwadha?
We'll establish.
So karibuni sana.
Asante.
It's good to have you here.
It's our pleasure
to be here. Kindly you can do introduction and say hi to our viewers.
Hello viewers. I'm glad that I'm hosted by Dr. Love tonight. And my name is Paul Mwadhi Kimani. And I am married to one beautiful female wife. Karen, and also blessed with 3 beautiful daughters, very beautiful indeed, like their daddy. That is Joy, Purity, and Jewel. I'm a pastor of Kingdom Diplomas Assembly, and I'm happy to be serving God and enjoying marriage a great deal. I'm also an author, and we'll be talking about the book later at the tail end of the show. And I'm happy to be hosted by you, Dr. Love.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Yes.
And I am eager to know where you guys met.
You definitely know.
Karibu sana, Karen.
Thank you, Dr. Love.
Yes.
Hello, viewers. My name is Karen Mwadhi, a mother, a wife, and a friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Someone have just texted and asking, ilikuwa karibu kumalizia Karen Nyamu.
Karen Mwadhi.
Karen Mwadhi.
Yes.
Karibuni sana.
Thank you.
And as you say that you are an author.
Yes.
And there's a book, he has done a very beautiful book here. And it has a title, The Assignment. And this book will be launched next weekend on 11th. And so we want to invite you to come for this book launch, and we are going to get more details about the launch. And so kindly, we are officially inviting you to come for this book launch. So Pastor.
Yes, sir.
You know, every evening when I get back home, I find my children coming with some assignments from school. And I can see the book here is assignment.
Yes.
Are we talking about the assignment that our children are coming back with?
Okay, thank you. Good question, sir. What they bring home from school is assignments, not the assignment. The assignment has to do with the purpose for existence. It's been said in a human's life, there are two important days. The day they were born, and can you guess the second day?
The day they will disappear.
No, the day they discovered why.
Yes.
And that discovery,
people say the day they disappear.
of course,
That is why I tried to
everyone
do
will do that. So the second day, most important day after birth, is the day they discovered why.
Why they were.
The reason why is important is because most people go through this life and exit on to the other side without knowing why they existed. So they wasted their lives, they abused their lives, and they exited into what we call oblivion.
What is oblivion? You know, I told our viewers we are talking about Swahili.
Swahili.
You were bringing
Ni wale
every
watu,
English words.
wale watu waliishi na wakaondoka bila kujulikana, hata they never left a mark on earth.
Leave Swahili.
Wali exit. Ni kama wali sublime. We call it sublimation.
Walitokomea.
Yes, into the thin air. Yes. So the assignment has to do with creating an awareness that God has no one, a non-entity. Mungu hajaumba, nobody. We are all very special. As a matter of fact, we are a solution to our generation. Purpose precedes production. The reason why we came here is because there was a need, there was a problem that needed to be addressed. That's what the assignment is all about. Yes.
So if our viewers, they want to know and understand their assignment, they need to read this book.
Definitely. They need it like yesterday. Yes.
A copy is going for how much?
Just 500 shillings, 10 shillings.
500?
Yes. Which is an introductory offer. Soon it may go higher because I'm sure the demand will be too high. Yes.
I understand that there's a book launch.
Yes, sir. Yes,
when
sir.
is it happening? Where? What time?
The book launch is taking place in Rexo Mart, that is along the superhighway, Thika Superhighway, just past Nibs College. There is a filling station called Rexo. So they have a hall. There's a facility called Rexo Mart.
Yes.
We'll be doing our book launch in that Rexo Mart on the 11th of November from 11 o'clock. Yes.
11th November?
Yes, sir.
From 11 o'clock?
Yes.
What should they come with?
Let them come with an expectation that anyone that has no idea the reason why they exist, they will be coming to head-on correction with a discovery. It is been said that it takes a discovery to make a recovery. That's why the subtitle of the book is The Discovery That Leads to Recovery. No one ever recovers without discovery. It's been said that before electricity was discovered, it existed millions of years before, but people never enjoyed electricity until when it was discovered and people began to enjoy the benefits of electricity. So anything that you think you don't have, it exists. But the moment you discover, things will change for you. So they should come with an expectation. The book will create an awareness. We are not helping people to discover. We are not discovering for people because we can't discover for you your assignment because only your creator knows the reason why they created you and you are wired for your assignment. That's what we are doing. So they should come with an expectation and of course with the 500 shillings. And if they are wiser, they will come with more to buy for themselves and for their acquaintances.
Wow.
Yes.
Maybe there's someone who is watching us and he or she is saying, I'm 50 years old. I'm almost going to heaven. I think I have lived my assignment. What would you tell such a kind of person?
Nothing would be further from the truth. The man we subscribe to as a father of faith, Abraham, discovered his own at the age of 75. And we are still identifying with him as our father of faith. So it's never too late. They talk about the man behind the KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes.
The history says that he discovered his own at over 70. So meaning you are not late to discover it.
Wow.
Neither are you too young to discover.
Wow.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
I have just perused this book and I have
Yes.
got into a page and I have just read. Fruits don't look for their own market.
Yes.
And then there's something it is talking about. Trees never eat their own fruits.
Never. I've never seen one. Maybe in where you come from. Maybe where you come from.
And she talks about begin by offering your fruits
Yes.
for free.
Yes.
Why should I offer my fruits for free? And I have labored for these fruits.
Because more often than not, people have not known what they carry. And once they know and they refine it, because oftenly people begin selling what is not ready for market. So when you discover, because there is a seed in you, God gave you a seed. That assignment is a seed. But nobody eats seeds, we eat fruits. So you need to put that seed, you sow it, you nurture it, and ensure that it becomes a fruit, because people don't go for seeds, they go for fruits.
Yeah.
And your assignment is a seed that was dropped in you. So there's a work that you have some work to do to ensure that it's refined and ready for market. And once it's ready, don't begin by selling. Offer it for free. And once you do that, you discover that the people that will eat, they will begin to market you.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And it will take time, of course. It will take elaborated in that book on all the aspects of what needs to be done to ensure that the seed in you, that's why God said, be fruitful. He didn't say that be seedful. In the first mandate he gave to the first man, Adam, he said, be fruitful, not be seedful. Implication is, he had provided seed for Adam to develop and to mature into a fruit. Yes.
And so this seed is now
The assignment
that God has given us.
Precisely.
So when you understand
Yes.
their assignment, now you produce fruits.
Precisely. You have said it, Doctor.
Wow.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
And people are looking for that, the fruit they are looking for. In any case, you discover in that book, people don't like you. If you think they like you, you'll be mistaken. People are coming for fruits.
Yeah.
Because nobody likes an avocado tree. They go for it because an avocado.
Yes.
So, in case you are ignored, don't be surprised because you don't have not produced a fruit that will attract people. Yes.
But sometimes I've seen people who are envy and jealous. So when they see you producing good fruits, they start throwing stones at you.
Yeah, it's because they too have not discovered their own. Actually, God has not created anyone to be a second-class citizen. All of us, if we discover what we have and manufacture or produce and refine what God has put in us, there is no room for envy.
Wow.
There's no room for envy. Wow. We are all stars. There's room for us. It's only that we don't want to rise. That's why we are crashing on the ground like chicken.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
And I can assure you this is a book you need to have. The assignment. Have you really understood your assignment here on earth? Please make sure before you go to heaven, at least umeelewa your assignment. And this book will help you understand that assignment. And so the book launch will be happening on 11 November at Rexomat, Pale Kimbo, after NIPS College, from 11 a.m. You only need to come with 500 shillings. And there will be snacks.
Of course, they should come with an
Yes.
appetite.
Yes, come with appetite because there will be snacks, there will be a lot of tea. I know what kama sisi mtu wakachai, there will be a lot of tea. So 11th of November, kindly make a date with us. Back to our story, where you are here guys.
Thank you.
Karen amenyamaza sana. Huyu jamaa ulipatana naye wapi?
Huyu jamaa nilipatana na yeye church. Kwa kesha.
Kesha. Of course, ukisikia mtu anaenda kesha,
Bas.
muombezi.
Okay, si lazima iwe hivyo. Lakini ilikuwa kesha ya kumaliza mwaka. Kwenda kwa mwaka huo mwingine. So that hapo ndio aliniona. Yeye ndo aliniona.
Wapi huko?
Okay, Githurai, kunaitwa Githurai.
Githurai.
Yes.
You know, I understand you come from Taita.
Now, my parents are ministers. My dad was a pastor. He's now late. Yes. So alikuwa na kanisa Githurai. He's been pastoring all through wakati tukizaliwa. So kwa kanisa inaitwa Evangelical Gospel Church Githurai. That is where he was pastoring.
So you were born in Taita? Ama
No.
Githurai?
Okay, let's say they were missionaries.
Okay.
So my dad initially was at Mombasa. That is where he used to work. He comes from Taita, but he was living in Mombasa. Then that is where they met with my mom.
In Mombasa?
Yes. But also my grandfather was living in Mombasa. You know, Taita and Mombasa is not far.
Yeah.
So I think that is where he grew up. So now when he was called to the ministry, he had gone to several places. So we have been to several places, Taveta, but we are Taitas. Now, I think it was late 80s, early 90s is when now he came to Nairobi, Githurai.
Yeah.
So now that is where he began another church, and that is where we met.
So we meet na yeye kwa church ya your dad.
Yes.
Alikuwa amekuja kesha.
Alikuwa amekuja kesha ya kuvuka mwaka, but alikuwa ameinvitiwa na friend yake.
So hakuwa member wa hiyo church.
Hakukuwa member wa hiyo church.
Yes. Alikuwa mtu wa church ama tu ni wale watu wa kwenda church mwaka ikiisha kushukuru Mungu, you have been with me this year.
Alikuwa mtu wa church tena sana committed to God. So that unaona hiyo hiyo kuvuka mwaka si watu wengi wana misiki.
Yes.
Unaweza
nauliza kama alikuwa mtu wa church ama tu alikuwa amekuja hiyo.
Of course atatuambia. Of course atatuambia, but that is the time where una inviting your friends, hata wale waendangi church, at least kuja tushukuru Mungu. So that is, he was invited by a friend wenye walikuwa nao members wa hiyo kanisa ya my dad. Yes.
Wow.
And that is where that is where I saw him for the first time. Yes. Yeah.
So, Pasi.
Yes, Doc.
Is it true?
Yeah, she has said it.
Unajua unaweza kuwa wewe ulikuwa umemuona kwa soko.
No.
Hata ndiye alifanya uende kesha.
I was more of a church person than her. Anyway,
hata kama ni mtoto wa Pasi.
Hata kama ni mtoto wa Bishop. Actually, that very day is a very interesting story because I was brought up in a very vibrant church. And that very day when I went to see, when I spotted her since Adam, since the creation of the world, I was invited to a kesha in their church by a friend. Of course, I didn't want to go. But there's something that was very significant about that day because it was the last day of the year that I had made resolutions. I had made very clear resolutions, just like anybody else do, will do some resolution. And one of the resolutions I had made is that before the end of this year, God, I want to have entered into a very serious relationship that will culminate in marriage. I do not want to be like one who kisses many frogs. Yeah. I've been taught integrity, where I was in a very sound church, and I was told not to go around, proposing girls and breaking their hearts.
So she was your first frog?
Frog. Yeah, she was the first toad. You know that toad. So don't worry, my darling. So I had said I want this, God, this year. I feel like it's about time I get married, and I want to get into a relationship that will culminate into marriage. So the year began, and now we are in December. We have gone through Christmas. Now we are on the 31st day of the year. The last day. Yes. And the clock is ticking. Mm-hmm. So I didn't go I think our church, we didn't have a crossover kesha. So a friend invited me. I was in a church that had thousands. It was a mega church. So I was invited into that smaller church, and I just went reluctantly just to please my friend. Mm-hmm. So when I went there, we had a service. The father, who was the senior pastor, was leading. And some minutes before midnight now, he called the service to order that now we are about to close the year. Within the next 15 minutes, I want you to pray as a way of ushering the new year. And also, you can turn to your neighbor and make a prayer for them. Mm-hmm. So as he made that call, I turned now to my friend who had invited me. Mm-hmm. And somehow I saw her, but I saw the backside of her. Of course, it's at night. Mm-hmm. Of course, you don't expect people to have worn, to have dressed fancy. Mm-hmm. So when I saw her, immediately there was an alert in my spirit. I've never met her. That was the first time I was in that church. There were several ladies, but I just felt in my heart that is your life partner.
You had a voice?
I had a witness in my spirit, not a voice, a witness in my spirit. I have never seen her. I even don't know who she is. I even don't know whether she's someone else's wife. But I had the witness in my spirit that that's your life partner. Of course, we close over the service, the night to the new year. And now the following day, which was the first now, I would now begin a journey of locating her and trying to establish who she is and know whether was it my kiherehere, was it my, or what was it? And of course, the rest is history.
What did you feel?
I felt something I've never felt before. And as I said that it was a witness, I sensed that it's like something that had dropped heavy in my heart. And had no doubt whatsoever that there is a connection that had taken place between me and her. Though I never knew her, I had not even seen her face, but I felt that that's your person. Of course, now first, the man who had invited me to their church happened to be a friend to the father. So they had been invited as a family to visit with the pastor's family. So he included me in the journey. So we went. And for the first time, that's when I realized that was the pastor's daughter. And of course now, I looked at her. She looked attractive, of course. She looked beautiful. And of course, she was everything that I had desired for a wife. However, I had not proposed. And now the journey began. Of course, now that was January. In a couple of weeks, I was to travel to another country. So meaning I traveled before I even engaged, or rather proposed to her. Now when I was coming back is when now I thought I should locate her. And of course, to those days, there was no mobile phones. I now needed to look kumwetha na makinya. And now, of course, I did my proposal, of which she accepted gladly. She's like, she was waiting for it.
Wait, before you got the proposal, my friend.
Yes.
How did you reach out to her and started having that friendship, or?
Now, the first day of the year 2000 anyway, it was 2000 because the date I referred to was December 31st, 1999. Is the year, now we crossed over to 2000. The first day of the year 2000 were in their place, of course, at the 1st of January holiday kuku. After that, now, of course, I was looking at her, admiring her. We never transacted that day, no transaction, but there was this looking at her. Now it's day. I saw her last night. Now I can see in the day. And of course, I was just thinking of the opportunity to strike now. And of course, I will not do that. I want to still to be decent. After that, now I traveled. As I said, I think I traveled for about 3 months. So when I came back, I looked for an opportunity which now presented itself, and I made my proposal. Actually, my proposal was made in a very informal way. It was by the roadside.
Pastor Koja.
Yes. Yes.
Wewe unakimbia hapa kwa proposal sana. Nauliza aje. This first mpatana.
Yes.
Umemuona, hujamwambia kitu.
Nimemuona, yes.
Then ukaenda.
Yes.
Hamkuwa na room for
Hatukuwa kwa sababu I was supposed to travel, I think the 2nd week of January. And I had to travel because I traveled. I came back, I think after 2 or 3 months is when I was, all along I was waiting for the day I would see her again.
So when you came back?
When I came back, I looked for her. And of course we had some meeting. I expressed how much I love her.
It seems like you came back and proposed direct.
Definitely. I had no, you know, doctor, there is something that is very important to understand and to appreciate. When you know that you know and you know, don't waste time. And doctor, I'll say this without fear of contradiction. I realized after I proposed to her and we began to do our wedding, there was that one guy that was eyeing her. But this guy, the best he was doing is to buy chips. So the day my wife, my fiancé now, gave him an invitation card, he was, what? But you never expressed yourself. You never said your interest.
Oh, no.
So I said, now, I had learned, whatever thou doest, do quick. That's the Bible.
Karen.
So I proposed. And
so when this guy, ulipeleka coffee kwanza, tuanzie hapo. Unajua naona ni kama rudi hivi kama
What happened on that first day, hata sikujua kuna visitors kwetu, but that morning is when my mom told me that leo tuko na wageni for lunch na kina so and so are coming. Unaona? So alikuwa ananiambia hivyo ndio in case kama niko na plans ni harakisha nisaidie, alafu unajua ni new year. So nikaanza preparations nini. Aya. So kukaa lunch ikifika, hawa wamekuja. Then I see him. And then that morning, hiyo morning fast, wakati tulimaliza kesha sasa, tumefanya benediction, watu wanasalimiana. Then he came. Tulipatana nje. Akanisalimia and he was like, and alikuwa so happy. Okay, he's always very joyful and jovial. So I'm like, hey, and who is this guy? But nilimuona akiwa na that his friend. And of course, because your friend ni mtu ako na friends wengi, niliona tu ni one among his friends. So sasa kumuona tena wanakuja pamoja. Okay, fine. So it was nice, tukakula lunch, kila mtu akakuwa busy. But somehow niliachwa, I don't know how nilibaki na yeye.
That fast?
Yes. Sasa kwa nyumba unaona watu wanatokanga nje. Watu my dad with the friends, family, the evil. Unaona? So kwetu ndo nilikuwa youth saa hiyo and yeye ndo youth. I don't know, tulibaki mimi nikifanya kupanga vitu, unaona kupanga vitu nitoke niende. Somehow yeye ndo alibaki kwa nyumba. But okay, si kujua alikuwa na any interest, but ile kitu nilikuwa nimefanya pia mimi, I was believing God for a meaningful relationship. So kuna kitu ili happen kwa hiyo kesha, so tuliambiwa before tuvuke mwaka, kila mtu you make a prayer. Hiyo prayer anasema watu alipinduka alafu akaniona. Hiyo prayer yenye tulikuwa tumepewa like I don't know, it was about 10 minutes or 5 for next year. So for me hata nikiingia kwa hiyo church that day, I was asking God, hizi relationship za mchezo staki. I want a stable relationship this year, hii mwaka inakuja ya 2000. I just want a meaningful, and I was telling myself, you know, kuna ile kiwango unataka kuona Mungu kwacho, like unataka Mungu kufanya hivi, nitajua ni wewe, like those things. So I always told myself, if this guy will come straight, look at me, aniambie direct, then I will know, God, this one is you. No. Because before then, mtu anakuja, mnakuwa friends, but of course hakuna moyo yote alikuwa husband material. So according to me, kila mtu akona standard yake na test yake.
So when you saw him, you saw.
So for me they were just friends. No, sayo si nimemwona tu like any other, like any brother. But now wakati tumeachwa, now he was asking questions nini, unaona venye tu akona mistari, anasoma vitabu. Yani vitu zetu zilikuwa so opposite. His interest, my interest. No, he loves books. He loves Christians books, things, you know. Well, I'm a pastor's kid. And najua kuna ile, when you are a pastor's kid, kuna zile standards zenye tunakuanga tumewekewa. And people forget that we are just like any other person. We grow like any other child. So like maybe alikuwa nafikiria I'm so spiritual. Well, I was spiritual. I go to church, I pray. God, if I want God to answer, God will answer. So now tumebakia hapo, anarusha. Okay, he's sharp. He's very sharp. So venye alikuwa anakuja and very straight. So anyway, siku ikaisha, nikawasindikiza. But by the time nawasindikiza, it's like tulikuwa tume already strike a bond. Like a relationship, like, you know, a friend. No, a friend. Unaona, this person we've never met.
You know, I'm irresistible anyway. She couldn't resist.
No. Yeah. So I've never seen him, but he's so interesting.
I've never seen this.
Yes. Alafu, yani he's so interesting. Then he's just sharp. Unaona, so now and this guy, he knows a lot of things. Unaona. So kama tu tukakuwa two friends, though, then he was traveling. I think before the end of that month ndo ulikuwa na travel. So actually after hiyo first tulionana like another day. Alafu him kama ni kumuona alikuwa akona plan, as in angepitia place fulani kwa my sister. Alikuwa hapo along, I think alikuwa tu amelocate place, so angeacha message, just a note, naona hakuna simu. Alafu hiyo note lazima tu ingenifikia. So sayo nilikuwa kwa auntie yangu, nilikuwa nimemaliza form for like a year ago. So nilikuwa kwa auntie yangu, she had a canteen. So most of the time siko around, so I go and come back on weekends. So nikikuja napata a note, hatukuwa tunaonana hata. So nikipatia note, unaona sasa tuko tu na Sunday. So to make sure wao watatoka church one, sisi tutatoka church, so tutamit at that particular place. So that was one. Now the second time tuna meet. Now that time, the second time we met, aliniambia now he's traveling, and uliniambia kweli tukue friends. Akaniambia, okay, what I have seen in you is what I have desired, and it's what I've been believing God for a wife. That is what he told me. Now, akaniambia, I am traveling, but for me, I know you are my wife and the mother of my children.
Eish.
Now I'm traveling. I will not give you any pressure for you to decide. You enda kama ni kuomba, kama ngufanya whatever unafanya, but for me I am settled. Then tukamaliza hiyo, alafu he went for 3 months.
Sasa
Yeah.
akaenda, umeacha ukifikiria nini?
So I'm like, aje. Then one time tulikuwa tunaenda morning glory with my mom asubuhi 6. So I asked her, "Mom, Mungu anajibungi mtu swali, ukiuliza Mungu swali anakujibungi immediately ama kunaendanga aje?" Then my mom told me, inategemea. Mungu akiona kama unastahili anakupatia, kama you are not yet ready atakuwekea. Unaona? So I'm like, well, my mom is so spiritual and she has taught us to be that way. So akaniambia hivyo. Sikumwambia any other thing. So I knew inaweza kuwa maybe when that prayer, when I asked God I needed a meaningful relationship, does it mean that this guy ndo Mungu ameleta? Akasema anyway, wacha tuone. Na ameenda safari, wacha tukae tu. Sasa si mimi, kila mtu akarudi shughuli zake. He went, but kukaa siku ingine nikaona later, wherever he was, he would write a letter. After about a month, a letter came. Oh, he still remembers me. Oh, it was so nice. Then it's like, now, yani kama ameenda, kama nimeanza kufade away, but he is not fading completely. He's just somewhere, and then I'm feeling a lot of peace, and I'm saying, if God, you see I am ready for him, then it is okay, because I was also looking for such kind of statements. Unajua mtu ako sure. Akasema wacha basi kae tungojea kuja, kaniambia atarudi after 3 months nini. So one time nikafikiria kuambia my mom, but okay, nikamuuliza, lakini mom, if it is a relationship, pia Mungu anaweza kaangalia aone kwamba unastahili, unafaa kwa hiyo relationship, akuletee kitu yenye ulikuwa wewe mwenyewe una desire Then my mom told me that Mungu anaweza kukuletea exceeding abundant, akuletee zaidi hata venye wewe ulikuwa una. I said, wow. Okay. Sasa tukangojea, akarudi 3 months. Then aliporudi tu, alikuja tu direct where I was.
Alijua yuko hapo.
I
was very spiritual. I was very discerning.
Very discerning.
I could connect.
He came back, akatafuta kwa nini. There's a my brother-in-law, mwenye alikuwa friend yake sana. During to that time, you know, if I had a friend, actually all my friends were known in my home. Yes, each one of them, they were known. Yes, and my dad would pick a thing like this as sema tuka statement. Ni hivyo nilikuwa najua hii haiko. And I really am so grateful. Wow. He was so discerning.
Wow.
Because all of them, when nilikuwa nasema, okay, mtu anasema ni friend yangu tunakuja home, hata ajui kama kuna anything inaendelea. Of course mimi hata kuna kitu niko nayo, but wow, maybe alikuwa anakuja with that perspective. Then he will tell me, huyu kuna vile, alafu anasema okay. But now huyu wakati alikuja, I think there was bado unaona yule friend yake. So I think wakaenda maombolezi place. And then it happen kwamba my dad also was kwa hiyo maombolezi. Then I don't know whether he was asked to preach or to greet. I don't know. But when my dad came in the evening, akaniambia, na kuna yule kijana alikujanga hapa. Huyo kijana anapenda Mungu. Sasa hiyo my dad hajui kama kuna anything. Unaona? Asema huyo kijana ako na Mungu. He's a good boy. And I asked Dad, aje na hata umjui, si ulimwona tu mara moja? Akasema, venye nimemsikia akipeana word. Now you see my dad has served the Lord, anajua. I said, okay, thank you God. So tukaka, so we met. When we met, aliniambia niko na gift yako. Kasema, wow. Hata tumekuwa na wajani pia gifts.
Ni chipotu.
Chipotu.
But anyway, hata kama angenipea gift, of course, ningejua to maybe ko attached to something, but for me, they were just my friends. But now, tukamit, then akanitolea ring.
This is like the very first.
Then now the 4th month. So now tulimit January, akaenda for 3 months.
So this one is like, it is the first official date.
May, yes.
And it is like your first official date.
Yes.
And he's coming with a ring.
Na unakumbuka akienda, for him it was settled.
Alisema, I am coming to marry you.
Yes.
Were you settled?
Yes, for me nilikuwa nasikia, lakini nilikuwa naona, alafu of course uko na friends, so ukiongea na your friends, they're like, by this guy, see, anaendanga nje, how sure, but inside, you would feel there was so much peace, and the fact that my mom has assured me that Mungu anaweza kukupatia kitu yenye umeomba, akiona umetoshea, atakupatia. It's like, ukiwa na gari upatie mtoto wako, uwezi mpatia mtoto wa 5-10 years. Sindio? Haiwezekani. But unaweza mwekea until afike 18, 19, 20, akuwe na driver's license, alafu umpatie. So that was the case. So nikaona, so nikicompare hizo words na venye nasikia in my heart, niko na peace. Yet, around, now the pressures around, mtu hata umjui, unaona tu friends uongea nini. But nikisearch, and then we were taught that when you have peace, inner peace, ujue God is involved. That is how to gauge your life. When you have the peace inside you, it surpasses all, whatever is surrounding you.
Wow.
So
allow me first to bring in Pazi kwa sababu niko eager to know how did you find out mahali alikuwa. Unajua ulisema yeye ni spiritual. Nilizama mzee alikwambia.
You see, I had already established some connections. The sister, so through her sister and the husband to the sister, the brother-in-law, we had connected very well. And so I could be able to tell. And of course, since there was no phones, you have to be smart to know. Kama huyu wezi ukampata kwa simu, utampata kwa jirani. So I had already established some intelligence.
Yes.
Yeah, I had some intelligence on the ground. Yes. So I could tell. Yes.
So when you found out this is where she is.
Yes, I dropped a note. And now that's when when we met.
actually you came.
Yes, I came to the sister's place, your sister's place, and now as she was seeing me off, is when I made a proposal. Nalikuwa kwa barabara. Yes.
That very same day.
Yes.
Umefika.
Of course.
You have known where she is.
Definitely. Actually, who else would matter?
When you came, nilikuwa Kise, you know Kise?
Yes.
Yes, my aunt alikuwa na canteen. So I used to take care of that canteen. So nikaitwa kwa gate. Unaona? Nikaitwa kwa gate, niko na mgeni. So when I go there, I see my brother-in-law
and me. Alikuwa amenipeleka. Yes. Kise, you know the Kise is Kasarani.
Pale Kasarani.
Yes.
And I saw my beautiful, wife to be. And you know, one thing I had done, I knew one of the things I've written in that book is about time, a vital currency. Time is very important. So, and I know, that's why I never get late in appointments. So I also knew that one of the things, the commodity that God has given us that is equal is time. So if I know this is the right thing to do, I'll do it within the stipulated time. So I knew this time, will you marry me? And I had a ring with me. Why not?
Who does that?
Everybody does that.
Let's stop at that point and then we'll pick it from there next Friday.
Thank you.
What? Who does that?
Kimani does it.
Kimani did it.
And I did
Thank you so much, guys, for coming. That was a nice one. Wow.
Thank you.
And we'll pick it from there next Friday.
It is well, thank you.
Thank you so much. And to our viewers, we are honored to have you here. I hope you have enjoyed this story, and we are picking it from there coming Friday. Make sure that you tune in and we know who does this. Kando ya barabara. And so kindly let's gather here on Friday as we continue listening to this love story. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Willie Kinyash. I'm a Dr. Love, and this is Couples With Show. And this is where we write down our love while we are alive. For we don't want our love stories to be read when we are gone. For now, it's a goodbye and good night. God bless you.